get through my computer, so go ahead. She just has a cat on
All
her lap,
right.
so she can't move.
Miss Vicky, come and see us. Bring that cat. All right. We are going live on YouTube.
Do it. We're a minute late.
All right. We're getting there.
That was close.
Okay. All right. Good evening, everybody. We are going to try Monday nights tonight, see how it goes. You never quite know. So we're going to try it and see how we can wing it and figure it out, trying to give everybody Sundays off for the summer and the holiday and everything. Same thing with us, so we can spend family time and you guys can too, or church or whatever it is on Sundays. Sundays just seem to get harder and harder and a little bit easier through the winter, but for the summer, it seems a little rough. So we're going to jump in. A couple things we were going to try to touch base on this week. First of all, is your keto basics, is your keto baseline solid? Or on whatever level you are in, are you solid on it? Or do we need to kind of readjust and move forward? Do you still know what your why is? Do you still have a strong why, or do you need to adjust that? And are you ready to push to the next level? So that's kind of where we are, is we had to reevaluate and get going. And we've been doing the week after week trying to hit for 72s. And this is the first week, I don't know about you, but this is the first week that my chemistry even feels closely ready. Like I've bailed at 48 every week. So far today, I feel good. So I'm hoping we're 24 hours in. So I'm hoping I'll make it past that 48-hour mark this time. I feel different this time. But I used my pucker up. This morning before rehab, I used my pucker up to get my ketones jump started. I did have some butter bites this morning because I didn't want to go to rehab with no fuel in me. So I used some brown butter bites, and it is what it is. So I'm just trying to do the best I can do. My goal this time is to make it to the 72, even if I have to use the ketones or something to biohack me. I'm trying to get my chemistry going again, but I feel good, hoping that's going to keep me going this time. And we're going to push as far as we can. So anybody's joining us this week, go ahead and go over to the fasting app. I'll get that posted and uploaded if anybody needs over there. But let's try. I think we have veterans all on this group right here. I don't know who we got on YouTube over there, but any veterans, be ready to push forward. Let's get back on track. Let's get this ball rolling. If we have any newbies, let's make sure your chemistry is correct before we push you forward. Because if you're a newbie and your chemistry is correct, it will carry you through. If your chemistry is not correct, you're going to want to hurt yourself, and everybody around you is not going to like you because you're going to be crabby. So we'll get your chemistry going right, and then we're going to push you to the next level. So that's where I'm at. I'm doing good. You want to check in?
Yeah, I'm set. We're rocking out a 72. I didn't make it last week. I had a good run, but I hit a wall again. So I'm back at it this time. I hit my wall right around 52 hours. So it was just that I got to get over that 52-hour hump. But my numbers were great. I got down into the 20. My DBR was 25. So in 52 hours, I could get down to, I was like at 2.9 ketones and like 79 glucose. So I was hammering it. And to
Not jealous at all.
To get there that fast, within 52 hours, I was impressed with my chemistry doing that. So I'm going to see how far I can go again this time. Hopefully I can make it to 72, but we'll see. I'm on allergy medicine, so I'm rocking Claritin twice a day instead of the once a day as prescribed. So I might be overloading my system a little bit. So I don't know how my numbers will be, but we'll see what we get.
Another thing I want to kind of throw out there, I forgot to throw in. I started the Repatha this week. So it says one of the side effects on there is that it can raise my glucose. So that's another thing I'm keeping an eye on to try to see how it goes.
Great. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So one of the lovely side effects, and we know if there's a crazy side effect to it, I will be the one that gets it, but I'm going to push through this and hoping. I'm trying to make the best of it. It's one of those things I didn't want to, I need to. I don't want to be a walking time bomb, but it's one of those times, again, no matter where you're at in your chemistry shift or where you're at on this journey, you've got to listen to your body. And even though I don't like what my body tells me, I'm still having to listen. I still have to kick in where my body will, give my body the help where it needs it. And that's what I'm hoping this Repatha is going to be. So
for a season.
For a season. So we're going to try this and see how it goes. We're going to retest in 3 months. So Repatha went in, gave myself the injection yesterday, and
I can't do it. No. I hope she's not relying on me because I'm not gonna
Good thing I can self-inject, right?
press that button. That thing scares me.
But so that's another thing I'm dealing with this week. So I'll be curious. But so far I feel good. I'm not complaining. So if this is all it is, I can handle it. So pray for the best as we move forward in that. So come on in, check in, tell us how you guys' Y's doing, how strong you feel in your chemistry, and are you ready to push to the next level? So come on in, Linda, tell us how you guys are doing. And Rob. Got him, Molly, swallowing coffee. Sorry about that, Ben.
That's
good
okay. We've been just kind of easing back into it real slow. And it's
Okay.
It's not really an excuse because
why? I want to hear it.
you want to hear, because we're not on any kind of medication, so it's something that we're doing. We want to do the keto so we can stay off of medication.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So that's why, we're just kind of slow getting back into it. Like this weekend was a big surprise birthday party. So it wasn't a surprise. It was our daughter's boyfriend, but somehow he found out. It was at his boss's house. So, he was going to find out anyways.
It was planned to be surprised.
Yeah. So Linda being the cake maker, she got to make the cake, and that's always tough. And they had a taco bar. They had a taco bar. A taco bar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we stayed away from the rice and beans, but we did have tacos. So like I said,
could be worse.
It could be a lot worse, yeah. And so, we just need to say, okay, well,
Trying to regroup
and, just do it. We're going on vacation next week. So that's going to be fun. But when we went to the beach with our friends, they're going to Bishop with us as well. But we did pretty good on that, so we'll be doing it.
I guess every chance that you get to do it and make it easy, do it. And that will just reinforce it. You may not be able to do it every time. And I guess you got to take, if that's the best you could do right now, then that's the best you can do right now. I mean, you're not being graded. So don't feel the pressure. Yeah. The only pressure you put on yourself is what you guys decide.
And right now, if you're in this season,
we're putting pressure on ourselves. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
But if you're in a season like if you're in a season where things just aren't lining up, it might be too hard to fight 3 different fights at one time. So, not to give you a free pass, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
And when it's at vacation time and you're in that season, then, you want to make the best options that you can. Remember when we talked to Wayne, it was like, do the best you can with what you have to deal with right at that moment. Taco salad bar was a good option. So good job on that. You skip the rice and beans. Nice work. Going on vacation, go prepped and ready. The times that you can handle it and you have a plan, go with it. Go prepped and ready, have your own snacks with you, driving in the car, whatever, flying, whatever. Have yourself set up for success for traveling. And it really does get easy. It's now if you're going out and it's a big night in a certain restaurant, special night, and you're just going off, plan it.
Make a decision.
Have your tools ready for the next day. Have your tools ready to get you right back on track. Because when you come home, then we want to do the work, get you going. And look how many weeks it's taken us to get back in a rhythm. It's taken us weeks, 3 weeks out of KetoCon and still trying to find that rhythm. Yep. And it's hard. And once you get back in that rhythm, I said, I'm not sure that I ever want to go back out of that rhythm because I miss that rhythm. I miss that feeling. And once you get there, you just hate to break. So go enjoy your vacation, do your time, but come home, go with a plan and come home with a plan. Any questions or anything?
What are the brown butter bites. What are those?
They're heavenly little things that I used early on, and then I got away from them. And actually, Eric reminded me of them the other day when Eric and Michelle were talking about them. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make some too. And all it is so simple. And depending on how you like it, I love the little brown bits that you get. So I just have one of those nice big, what's it called? Our Place pans that nothing sticks to, and it's really nice. I have one of those pans. I put 3-4 things that carry gold butter in it and just go real slow and let the solids cook off, and I'll skim off the top and clean it up as it simmers. The milk solids will fall or come to the top, and you'll just skim those off. And then the rest of the solids will go to the bottom and they'll start to brown. And you just keep whisking it and just simmering it around. And then I put it in little molds, just little bite-sized square molds. And you can pop them and they get those little brown bits on them. And I even added a little bit of extra salt to them. So it's one of those, if I need them, I got them. And they've actually seemed to be helping me. And it's just better it's a little easier than just chomping on some fresh raw butter, which is good too. But this kind of gives you that salty, you almost feel like you're getting a treat. And there's nothing added to it. It's just salt and butter. So, but the better the butter you use, the better they turn out.
It's almost like making ghee.
Yeah.
If you've ever made ghee before.
I haven't made it before, but
Ghee, they usually don't brown it. That's usually more of you're clarifying it and getting it clean. But I didn't brown them actually enough. I like it a little bit more brown. And you can't add, if you want to take it to the next step, if you're not fasting or you're not trying to use them for a fast, you can flavor them. You can put a drop of something in them. They're just delightful little fat bombs, basically. But least of all evils at this point. What's that?
I have show and tell if you'd like.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
There they are. Perfect.
This is just a silicone mold. We buy these. This is, let me get a big one. So this is just the butter bites. They come out looking like this.
Okay.
And that little brown stuff on the bottom is delightful.
Brown part and extra, we salt them too. But yeah, they're not easy. You just, I don't know, maybe it takes 20 minutes and 2 sticks will fill 3 of these molds for me. So that's what we do. And then we put them in the freezer. We keep them in the freezer. Just after we pop them out, pour them in an airtight thing, and might grab 3 or 4 and eat them at a time, or mix them into eggs. So, but yeah, it's a super easy, but a quick and easy way to get extra fat. So,
Okay. Yeah.
if you had them, I figured show and tell.
Well, yeah.
Right.
excellent. Thank you.
Perfect.
Welcome.
And it's one of those things. I'll try to put the mold up. I'll put my Amazon link up for the molds to put them in and stuff. And it makes little handy
Squares.
little nice little bites that you can do. And right now I'm cutting my cream back out of my coffee. I'm trying to get back to out the cream. So those little butter bites will still give me that little bit of fat that I need and everything. I'm not doing them while I'm fasting this afternoon, but I'm trying to make it the rest of the way clean. But again, it's just another little tool to keep in your toolbox. So good. Any other questions, Linda?
no.
I think we'll
Best
take
thing
some.
I can say for you.
I'm sorry, what?
What's that?
I said we're going to be taking some butter bites to Bishop.
Yes. Take some butter bites with you. Do the hard-boiled eggs, do bacon, go prepped and ready, especially when you're traveling. It's too easy to stop and grab something crappy, but it's too easy to go prepped and ready. It really is. I will say we do fairly well traveling now until Miss Vicky takes us to dinner. So, but if we're on our own vices and traveling,
Yeah.
Miss Vicky and Bill, God love them. They take us to the best food I think we've ever eaten. It was so good. But all right, Linda, keep us posted. Let us know how you're doing. Okay.
Yep. And just remember one decision at a time. Just take it one step at a time, one decision at a time.
But
you guys choose.
And Rob kind of called it at the beginning. Don't let it be an excuse. Make it be a choice.
Right.
Choose whatever you're going to do, but make it be a choice, not an excuse. But when you come home, have your calendar set and ready. When you come home, it's time to kick butt and get back in, because it's too easy to let that week vacation become a month. Oh, it's okay. And a month later, and the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be. So it really is. So good job. Come on
All
in,
right.
Stina. Tell us how you're doing. Oh, go ahead, Linda.
No, she just said,
Oh,
all
okay.
right.
I said
All right,
thank
come on
you.
in, Stina.
It must be all about butter bites. I actually have some. I'm going to do whipped butter bites. So I did the browning.
Ooh.
I'm chilling it right now. I'm going to whip it because this week I'm doing a fat fast, but I'm also going to be packing sardines just in case. So yeah. So and I made actually I sell this too, tallow bites. I have to give Kelly
Oh,
this.
I want to
Whipped-
get into that.
Whipped tallow with just a touch of
Mhm.
vanilla, no sweet, nothing else in it. And I froze those and those are my fats. I'm doing butter bites and tallow bites are my fats this week. So it's just short of a clean 72-hour fast. Last week I had made a 90-hour fast. It was a sardine fast, but it was 90 hours, which I was happy with, and great numbers. And then, celebrated Mother's Day on Saturday, and just like everybody else, indulged. And now I'm still
Yep.
struggling to get back. so hence the start of the
Right.
fast. So
Right.
but good.
Good job. Good job,
Deal.
Stina. And just know Stina knows what she's doing. So she knows how to prep her body. But those of us, again, north of 40, us girls sometimes got to ingest those fats to get that fat to release out of the cell. And as soon as some of us drop down on ingesting those fats, we start storing again. So sometimes we've got to keep giving it to our body to let our bodies keep doing the work. And Stina knows how to do that. So good job on the butter bites. I will probably try to get a video up this week of making some and show everybody how to do them, because they are an easy little tool. It's not a hard thing. It's not complicated at all. It is literally brown butter. That's all it is. And the better butter you get, the better they taste.
bites.
The better the bites taste. Say that 6 times right. So, but good job. Any questions, Tina? I know you got this.
So I'm planning my next level, right? So I think it's going to be some form of exercise. I need to add a little bit more, even though I've added some. I think I need to add more, especially now that it's summer. So I'm planning that attack.
I'm right there with you. I'm trying to get some kind of quick workout to where I can start getting some exercise and something a little bit more than my normal 20,000 steps a day or whatever. So I mean, I need to push my body just a little bit.
Consistency is key for me. Like I got to
Right.
do that, but not so much during the week. And it's like, no, you got to do it all the time. So yeah,
Right.
there's
Right.
that.
I'm still at cardio rehab. So they're still kicking my butt every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They're like, well, are you
So
doing
you're
it at
getting-
home? Like
You're getting your workout.
She's getting a little bit, yeah.
a little bit. I still
Okay.
need to add to it. I'm still not getting enough. Stina touched on something though. She's doing the sardine, and she did the sardines last week, and you're doing the fats this week, correct?
I'm trying to do fat, but I'm going to fail up, right? So if I get to the point where I'm just
Yep.
feeling too hungry, I'll eat a can of sardines. But my goal is to do just fats. So yeah.
Nice.
And
And anybody that's struggling with it, I have switched and started using the
mackerel.
instead of the sardines. Might not be quite as good on the nutrition level, but I'm telling you, I can get them down with no problem, no gagging, I don't have to kill them in the air fryer. I don't have to do anything. So it's a tool right now. Again, I think I'm going to try this next week when I do them. I'm going to try to do 1 can of mackerel and 1 can of sardines and try to combine it and see if it helps. But it's the texture for me. The texture in the mackerel is like tuna fish. I can handle it. It's fine. And the smell, good Lord. So that's been a little tool that I use this week too. And I did mackerel Saturday and Sunday. I
Yeah,
think we
2
did.
days in a row.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday. And for some, I'm hoping it's going to keep me going this week. So
Yeah.
again, pull those tools out when you know how to use them and you're learning to play with them. And Stina's perfect at it. She knows how to play with it to get her chemistry. So last week's step was the sardines and the mackerel or whatever she uses. And then this week she's bumped it up a step where it's going to be nothing but fat. And then probably by next week, she'll be ready for a clean because her chemistry is going to carry her through. So that's a difference of knowing.
Clean before Memorial Day. So
Yes.
All right, maybe we'll write it out one more week and do that. I got my birthday next week and then Memorial weekend too. So
Yeah, bam.
yeah. I am not doing a cake though. So we're not doing it. We'll get there.
Yeah, we have birthdays too.
Right. It's that time of the year. Yep.
Really?
5th and 28th. So party time.
Ooh, that's
Right.
a whole week.
And I'm the 21st, so we should just call it a week, right? All right, Wayne, come on in and say hi. Thanks, Tina. Tell us how you're doing. Wayne's always a rock star. There you go. We got you muted.
Him got him muted.
Nope. We still got you muted, Wayne.
There?
There you are.
Yep.
Okay. All right. 2 weekends ago, Vicky and I both came down with food poisoning.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right.
So
Oh.
we were laid up for a good 24 to 36 hours. That really knocked us out. Both of us were dealing with stomach issues for most of last week. So
Oh.
it was easy not to overeat.
Yeah.
But really felt like crap. So going into this week, we're trying just to get back on normal track, normal eating. I started a fast last night, but I did bone broth at noon today, and then this evening I decided to drop it off after 24 hours. Been feeling okay, except quite lethargic over the last week. I don't know if it was just from the food poisoning or what it is. I'm trying just to ride it out.
Yeah, and
Tracking my sleep.
I imagine
I had really good sleep last night, a good amount of REM and deep sleep, but we didn't walk tonight. I kind of talked Vicky into us not walking just because I felt tired.
Well, you got again, you got to listen to your body. You guys went through total chaos last week, so that's
Yep.
rough.
I checked my numbers before I dropped off the 24. Glucose was 89. Ketones were 0.6, which wasn't stellar, but I'm going to assume my body was using them if my glucose was that low. So, which is low
Yeah.
for me.
Good job. Yeah.
So things are going okay. Just dealing with what it is.
it'll take you a little bit to get fired back up again, because I mean that food poisoning is just your whole body. I mean, it just gets your whole body. So it's going to take a while. Just get back on the fats and as you can, and
that bone
go back
broth
up
too,
and the bone broth. Yeah,
that bone broth to help heal and get everything going again and just solidify where you're at. So stay slow and steady till you're feeling like you're over it. And if you need the rest. I wouldn't even feel a bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't push anything.
Don't
Just kind of be in that state of just rolling.
Yeah, I mean, if I start doing something, I have no problem finishing it. It's just once I rest, I'm feeling wiped out. In fact, I hit one of my goals last weekend. I did one of the things that was find my why. I walked 18 holes of golf. So
Nice.
I was able to get 18 in without feeling like I was going to die. So
Good.
Nice. Good
now
job.
the key is to be able to just keep doing that all the time.
Right.
And that's a goal. I mean, 18 holes of golf isn't easy to walk. So good job. That's some stamina.
It's between 5 and 6 miles.
Nice.
Phew.
That's awesome.
Good job. Good job, Wayne. Any questions we can help you with this week?
I don't think so.
You good? All right. We will see you catch in the group.
Hang in there, bud.
Yeah,
Keep
good
healing.
job. Rest up. Seriously. Let's go to Judy while Vicky's off and clean. Well, hang on.
Hi.
There you go.
I'm glad
Hello.
to
Oh,
again. Mondays are good for me.
Good.
I'm having a really, really good day. I have to
Nice.
go.
Throw it out there.
Well, it really has not much to do with my keto as much as I got graduated from physical therapy today. Went for my physical, got my numbers, and they were pretty good. My LDL was a little higher than the doctor wanted, but we negotiated because my HDL was really high. And my A1C was 4.9. So
Nice.
Good
Yeah.
job. Beautiful.
I wanted to go out to Dairy Queen to celebrate, but my husband didn't think that was a good idea.
Yeah, good job, hubby. Good job, hubby.
Good job.
So
Nice work.
also think I have figured out why I've been in, I don't know if you call it a stall. I've been hovering around the same. Among the blood tests, my thyroid levels have, just dropped completely again, which is normal for me. It's always up, down, up, down. Although I did fast and my numbers were really, really good and felt like the Energizer Bunny, I would hit a point and then it was like, I think I'll nap for 6 hours. So that was my thyroid talking to me.
Oh,
Yep.
Also, artificial sweeteners have snuck back in my life, and I think that had a lot to do with it. I think my body was saying, a little too close to sugar. Shouldn't be having it.
yeah.
So the rest of
It's
the
an
week
easy
might
trap
be-
to fall into.
I'm
I said
sorry.
that one's an easy trap to fall into.
Yeah, but it's really not fun getting out. So
No.
yeah, so my husband's going to be going around going, no, I didn't do it. I didn't take your sweeteners away. But yeah, I grumpy might be a nice word. It's like,
Yeah.
I need
Yep.
sugar. So
But you know what you can do on that one, Judy, I think is a good win on that. And holding yourself accountable for it is let it be a treat one day a week. Let it be a treat
Yeah.
one day every other week or something. Just don't let it become an everyday routine. And I know, we struggle with the same thing. I know once he starts on it, he struggles with it too. It's like, you cannot let it become an everyday thing for most of us. It just doesn't work that way.
and mine
For
was
most-
coupled with caffeine too. So
Yep.
the
Yep.
double whammy there.
It is. But good
But-
job on those numbers.
Yeah, that's a lot to be proud of.
Anything else, and I just won't be chatting with too many people by the time by the end of the week, and no artificial sweeteners.
Push through, once you push through it one time, you're through it. You
Yeah.
know that.
I do, but no, don't make me.
Hey,
Right.
if you go to do it, you call me. I'll talk you off the edge.
Hey. Uh,
You're working too hard. You are. You're working too hard to
all
give
I've
in.
got. So,
Good job.
Yep, great job, and that's awesome to be proud of those numbers. Anybody should be proud of those numbers. That's great.
Nice work.
So
I'm
good
just
work.
keeping on.
That's
Good
right.
Thanks.
Yeah. Eric and Michelle, you guys want to come in?
Baby.
Maybe me.
Here they come.
Hello?
There they are.
Hello,
Got
hello.
baby in the corner again. There she is.
So I had an interesting week putting the fat in first. Definitely saw results on the scale. I think I hit Sunday at 241 and somewhere along the way it was down to like 234. Which
Nice.
I'm happy
Very
to see
good.
movement and not just movement going back up. So that was good. But then the weekend came along and had a couple of things that, not that we didn't want because we wanted them, but celebrating Mother's Day and going out with her boys and things like that. So Mexican food's it's my Achilles heel. Yeah. So, but we're back at it today. Very interesting. Did you see my post on your group page, Tammy?
That's why I want you to come in and talk about it.
Yeah, I was invested. I started to watch the video from Dr. Boz 2-3 weeks ago about the quarter cup of MCT a day.
Whew.
And
That's
yeah, I
rough.
was like, I don't got that much time to be on the toilet. That's just
Right?
no, that's no
But you
good.
just cop a squat and stay there.
Just yeah. And so when I started having the fat in and was tracking the macros and seeing how I felt throughout the day, and that was great advice. Thank you so much for that suggestion because yeah, even when I ate at 12:30, 1 o'clock, I wasn't hungry, but I ate to get my protein in. And the numbers on the roast beef and 4 eggs were like 77 and I'm at 76. So I was like 101% of my protein. It's like perfect.
Right.
I saw the results for it, getting that fat up to 318, 319. and the protein right where it was supposed to be. I actually saw the results, so I knew there was something there. But then I started looking at my DBRs later in the week and was seeing some interesting numbers. Every time after I ate, and especially when it had MCT in it, I saw a jump in my ketos. One of the ones I had today was like a 0.9, 0.6, and a couple of few hours later after running around, it was up to a 3.3, and I had a DBR of 27.
Nice.
Nice.
What in the world? Where did that come from? And yeah, so it's
Okay, let me jump in real quick. Part of the hard part, Kevin kind of touched on it, I know, when he talked to you, but part of that is, first of all, when we're talking about your metabolic health, it's that first morning reading that's going to be the true where your metabolic health is.
Okay.
Now, if you do check your numbers again during the day, that is one of those things that's just a curiosity game.
Mhm.
That's one of those, because there becomes so many variables in there on how much energy have you burned, how much have you ingested, everything.
Stress levels.
Your stress levels, how everything kicks in is going to be variables throughout the day. The one you truly want to measure where your chemistry is that first one in the morning. And that's the one you'll go by. The other ones are going to be just a curiosity killer, because it literally, if you're taking the MCT, if you're stressed out, if you're walking more, if you're burning more fuel, those are going to fluctuate so much through that, to where, again, it's a curiosity killer, but it's not giving you a reading of where your metabolic health is right then.
okay. That's
So
good.
use it when you need to, but save the money on the strips if you're,
Yeah.
if you're getting to that point of it gets addictive because you want to know what's going on. But really in the afternoon, it's too noisy. It's just too noisy and too many variables on it to go by to judge it.
Okay, and that makes sense. We bought, excuse me, one of those 4 testers a while back and stocked up on some strips, and then finally started using them. And then Dr. Boss is like, "We're switching," and so now I'm gonna test the dog later, maybe. just using them up before I try to trade it in, because we've got like 75 to 100 of each of them or something like. It's like, might as well.
Use it.
Strips
Burn
are too
them.
expensive. Do not waste strips.
I was gonna say, don't even burn them on the dog, man. Use the fork here until you're out.
Yep, until you're out. When you're
exactly
out.
what we're basically trying to do, and hopefully we can take advantage of that Dr. Boz offered later on, but probably not with our luck. So,
Well, let us know. I have an offer too, so I can send you
okay,
the link
cool.
when you're ready. You let us know, but use up the strips that you have.
Yeah. Do you have anything?
I'm just plugging along. I'm not, I don't like poking myself, so I'm going to poke myself when I'm a little more consistent. And I know I'm going to be able to see some results, because otherwise it's just been, I spent half the week at a conference out of town, and there's just been too many other factors going in to where I haven't had a lot of control. I felt like I didn't have a total control over my food this week and stuff. So because I was out of town for a conference, so I'll test more when we're back in at it, but consistently. But yeah, otherwise it's just being mindful of what I'm eating. And even out of town, I tried to just mostly stick with the meat. And when I could,
Eat the meat,
when I
add
could
fat.
choose, and just, but
I just want to say both of you have hit the glow.
You guys look, yeah,
You guys
I can see it in your face.
Thanks.
Yep, you can tell your faces, and you both hit the glow. So it's just one of the wins of, your chemistry is shifting when you guys hit that, and it's neat because you can literally see it on everybody's in their skin when it happens.
And stay with that formula that you found, Eric, because you stay in that zone consistently, you'll see big changes. They will come shortly if you have those macros and you're hitting them solid all the time consistently. One day it'll just like, where did I go?
You hit that swoosh,
And
and you'll look like Kevin and Wayne and Lynn.
It'll drop, man.
It just goes.
Okay.
Really.
Yeah, and I'm one of those folks that if I find that groove, so to speak, I can ride that same daily intake. Get up, make this drink it, make the coffee, go to work, eat the food, do the stuff, come home.
And you do that until it quits working.
Exactly.
Then when that quits working, then we push you to the next level.
Or you stress yourself again.
Yeah. So good job.
Cool.
Nice work,
Hang
guys.
in there. Nice work.
Thank you.
And keep posting over in the group, letting us know, because it's going to be curiosity's sake for everybody to start seeing your progress.
Now you're on the radar.
You got the role. You're on everybody's radar now. So keep filling in over there so we can keep that going. That's awesome.
Will do.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right. Miss Vicky, you want to jump in? You next? Are you ready? Maybe. There we
Hi.
go. Hello.
Yep.
Hello there.
Yeah, well, so yeah, we had food poisoning and that was fun. But it's
No, it
getting
wasn't.
back on track. And a lot of it was just working on the food window. So I'm doing I'm eating at noon and then dinner if we have it. So that's my first food. Trying to up the fats. The MCT oil wreaks havoc with me. And a quarter cup, I just about passed out because I breathe and it's dangerous. So
That's a lot. Just know a quarter cup of MCT is a lot.
I can't even. So I'm gonna try going back to like just swallowing the pills and seeing if that helps because I was literally putting it in my coffee drinks, and that was not doing so well. So I'm gonna go back to the pills and I'm gonna try to put avocado oil in my drinks and see if that's a little less abrasive. But I've got to get the fat up. I'm not doing the.
Try the butter in your drinks too. The cacao or the.
I have that. The problem is I have to drink the drinks warm and I drink them cold. I take the Creole brew and I cool it in the fridge and then I put ice in it in the morning and it's like a cold drink. I'm not a big drink fan. So I know that because I have all of those little pellets, but if you put like melted ice, it turns into like, it's I don't know what it does.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. Nope. Try the liquid fats. You're on the right path.
Yeah. But
you could even do coconut oil.
Okay. And you had mentioned that, I don't know if I'm saying it right. The ghee.
Yep.
I don't know if it comes in a liquid form or if it's just sort of like the consistency of butter. But I was going to research that, to put that in.
Ghee will solidify too.
Right. Not so much as butter, but
it's not as stiff, but I don't know that it'd be okay in a cold drink.
Not a cold drink.
I'm not sure.
Or the other thing I just have to, pull up my big girl panties and drink it warm and get over it. But it seems like when it's warm, it puts me to sleep. It's like, it has the reverse effect. It's a calming effect. So,
okay, then here's something you might be able to try to make it frothy. Now and this is something that totally threw me when I was struggling getting the fats into. I was doing the coffee. When I was cutting out the cream, I would do the coffee, but I would whip in a raw egg.
Yep.
And if you use that frother thing, it makes it frothy. So I wonder if it would make it frothy with it being cold. I don't know. I've never tried it, but it might be worth a try to get some fats in you. So,
but is it fat?
The egg yolk is, yeah.
The egg yolk.
Oh, okay.
So if you want the protein would give you the whites
would
give you the
give
protein.
you some protein.
But if you just want the fat, then just do an egg yolk and try using that whipper thing and whip
problem. It's just the fat.
Yeah.
But
give it a shot and try. But same thing with Wayne. You just need to go nice and slow, get those fats in you slow and steady as your stomach can handle it right now. Keep on that bone broth to heal from everything you just went through. And then build back up slow until your body can handle it. With the swallowing the pills, once you swallow them, then you might want to start biting them a little bit and try to bite just one pill at a time.
Okay. Yeah. But that's the fats and, the mindset has shifted and I think we're on a good path. It's just.
I was going to say, you sound so much better.
So yeah, I'm trying.
You do. You are. You're on track. You got it, girl.
I hope so.
Any questions, you reach out, let us know.
Yep.
Thanks.
All right, here we go. Jennifer, come on in. Come and say hi. Welcome.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hey guys, I'm been lurking in Facebook for a while, and I have a group saved from the 21-day kick that we meet. Vicky Barber, I think you know her.
Ah, Miss Vicky.
Miss Vicky, that's my mom.
Anyhow, I'm in a support group with them. Anyhow, I saw y'all were on, and I was like, I'll call them because I'm trying to too fast, too fast a week. Is that what Dr.
Nice.
Boz is doing? Anyhow, so I was like, you know what? I need to get away from the food out of the kitchen. So let me see how the Zoom call is going. So that's where I am. I did not
Oh, there
check
you
my
go.
numbers
Are you
because
doing a
yesterday-
48 or a 72?
No, just a 36. I had
Oh, okay.
36, okay.
I had some Rebel ice cream for Mother's Day yesterday, so I did not check my numbers this morning, so I cannot, share my numbers or about what
It's
I
all
do
good.
today. So I was like, that would be a waste of a strip, I think. I
Right.
don't think it's gonna be that good. I was like,
Just
I
dip
will
back.
wait until tomorrow morning,
Right.
near the end of my fast to check my numbers, so I can't really
Right.
share that. Anyhow, that's where I'm living, justifying not staying on in with food and in the window when, like for Mother's Day, I was like, oh, so anyhow,
That's all
Just
right. It
being
was Mother's
honest.
Day. You do the celebration and then you get right
That's
back on track today.
that's right.
So you
Yeah,
know
started to fight.
how-
I did, after I, I actually had my sardines before the Rebel ice cream, but my husband,
There
felt
you
so
go.
bad about eating Rebel ice cream that he ate a can of sardines after his Rebel ice cream to get the taste out of his mouth. I was like, yeah, well, if it's
Wow.
gone, it's gone. I won't eat anymore. I won't get in the car and go get more. So I'm good. So,
Good
I
job.
feel pretty good today. So I'm not that positive that Rebel, other than probably messing up my numbers, maybe, probably my ketones weren't as good this morning, but I don't feel bad in this fast. If I had, let's just call it real ice cream with real sugar in it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that.
Oh
would be-
yeah. That'd
No.
be a
Yeah.
rough way to start a fast.
Yeah,
So-
that'd be bad.
So good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. So, anyhow, so other than that, that's all that's going on. Thanks for letting me talk. I know I'm
Yeah.
just jumping
No,
here.
anytime.
No,
Yeah,
and
interloper.
That's fine.
You're
Good choice on that ice cream though. I'm not having that, necessarily real ice cream as opposed to, something a little closer to what you're doing. That's a good decision right there.
And with
Well,
summer coming up,
I don't know if
Go
y'all have y'all ever had Rebel ice cream?
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, it is not bad if you gotta let it soften. But if you let it sit out and get soft, it's a pretty good treat. But like I said, once or twice a year, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and maybe your birthday. So that's it.
does everybody know how to make a good ice cream? It is so simple.
It's
If
actually
you
pretty
have a Vitamix, they'd work wonders. You just throw some ice in there, some heavy cream, even just use regular vanilla extract, whatever you blend it up. And that ice with that heavy cream, it is so easy. If you really want to treat, put some of the chocolate ketones in it. Dr. Boz is, and I mean a little bit. I don't even mean a whole packet. I mean literally just a sprinkle of it in there.
Oh,
There are so many easy ways to make a milkshake or ice cream that if ice cream is your vice and that's your thing that you struggle with, make a good version for yourself. You
Right.
get your fats in,
Or-
and if you don't want to use the heavy cream, you can go to coconut cream. There's so many different options, and it's just ice and the heavy cream.
Free.
My
Okay.
daughter-in-law has made them with cream cheese before.
Do you add any
Yep.
type of sweetener at all to it?
If you really want to, but you don't I love vanilla. So I am really good
Yeah.
to just put vanilla extract in it,
You
or
could-
even those little,
You could even do LMNTs in there too.
so now they will break
Yeah.
your fast. You
They'll
can-
break fast, right?
But if you're having ice cream,
Right,
you're not
yeah, right.
fasting.
No,
Exactly.
you're right. Not on your
So-
fasting days, but on
Yep.
your regular eating windows. You're like,
Right.
okay, it's almost noon. I ate breakfast
need-
and I ate lunch. Now I need to have some ice cream at lunch. There you go.
But there's ice creams are too easy. So if the ice creams and milkshakes, there's no reason it's too easy. It
Yep.
really is.
Absolutely.
So good job. Nice
Oh,
work,
and I
Jennifer. Welcome.
I
Glad
get
to
raw
have you.
cream from the farmer. So my cream
From
is
the
real good.
tap.
Right from the tap. We do
Nice.
too. We love it
Nice.
when we get it. So good job. All right.
Thanks for coming in.
Yes, thanks. Welcome. Come on, Kevin. Come
Mr.
on.
Driver, Kevin, he must be
Kevin's
out door
cruising.
dashing.
Are you door dashing?
Well,
You're muted.
You're muted. You can't talk. We can't hear you anyway. No texting and driving
You need
either.
to pull over. Don't be getting us in trouble.
All right, can you hear me now?
There we go.
There you go. Are
Yeah,
you
I was
door
up in North.
dashing fast food to people?
No, I was in North Canton. I'm just taking the scenic route home. Most of you guys, I don't know, but you're saying the things that you need to say. You have to change your behavior. You have to stay the course. And that's exactly what you have to do. And if you saw today where I had a DVR of 930, I know Lance and Tammy knows that's just way beyond unreasonable for me.
How did you do that?
I'm going to tell you. So I was doing one meal a day for several months. And you know how just like all of a sudden you're like, oh, I just did a 48. And from that, my ketones spiked like crazy. And I dropped like 4 or 5 pounds. And then last Friday, Saturday, and yesterday, I couldn't get enough to eat. My window for eating, I couldn't shut it down. It was like 5 and 6 hours for those 3 days. I think my body just said that was too much weight loss, too fast. So
Put the brakes on.
Actually went into survival mode or something.
Yeah, I think so. So and I knew when I checked my ketones this morning not to get excited. I knew, but I was extremely pleased that my blood sugar was only 93. And you guys know I was in a $120 in the beginning. So to get nowhere near 100 after 3 days of essentially putting my face in a trough. But I know it's going to happen because what I decided when I had the 0.1 ketones this morning, I decided I'm going to do a 72, realign. And then now that I know my body might be asking for, 3 days of being in the trough, I can prevent it. So,
And Kevin's our numbers guy. So Kevin knows how to track his numbers. Kevin knows how to monitor his numbers, and Kevin knows the chemistry enough of how to get right back on track.
He knows what numbers he needs.
And that's what I want to say is try really hard to not go off, the reservation. But if you do, there's no panic. You don't have to panic. You've already taught your body how to burn fat, not sugar. So all you have to do is just tweak it again. That's all you're doing. You don't have to start over.
Well said.
Yep. And I know we got some newbies watching too that, what we're trying to show, we had a little street fair that we worked over the weekend. And when you talk to people and you get them to, how many of us started out? Is there anybody here that started out thinking you would ever fast? I know I was the first one that said, I'll do the program, but I am not fasting because I will die. And I think we were all in that position. And it's hard for people, for us veterans to think back and think, where were we the first time we heard the word fasting? And it's like, when your chemistry gets set up correctly, trying to teach people that. And that's what we're getting ready to start the next group through. So anybody has newbies, we'll probably do a newbie version and a intermediate advanced level. But we're going to start the next group through. But what we do in those beginner classes is we will teach you how to get your chemistry going correctly. The advanced people, just like Kevin, he went off for a weekend. He knows exactly what to do this week to get right back on track. He's not going to waller in it. He's not going to gain 10 pounds back. He's not going to do any of that. He's going to get off. You do what you got to do, then you get right back on. And you learn how to do that by monitoring that glucose and ketone ratio.
Yep. And watch what goes in your mouth.
Yep. And the time frame. And you just go back to the basics. That's why we were saying, is everybody's basics solid? Is there anybody missing a step? Are you tracking? Go ahead, Kev.
Yeah. Well, one thing is, I wasn't eating pizzas and cake and ice cream. I was just eating too much. My window was too big because I've been one meal a day for, I don't even know how long I've been on one meal a day. I've either fasting or been one meal a day for, it's got to be close to a year, give or take a little bit. So to have 3 days of a 5 or 6 hour window, my body said, wow.
That's different.
Yeah. This what happened to this?
A cool lesson in that, though, is for people to realize, when we're trying to teach people what matters of what goes in, it's not just what goes in the mouth, but what time of the day and how often. Because every time you take a bite of anything, and I'm speaking my muncher boy over here, he knows how much it stresses his body and but those are hard habits to break for some people. Some people are used to, oh, you open up the fridge and you grab this, you open up the fridge and you grab that, and you go sit down and then you eat this, and then you get up and you go eat this. Those are habits that you have to break, because every time you're stimulating that insulin, that's the detriment to our health. Those of us that are insulin resistant and have glucose issues, every time you put something in, it's a whole nother chemistry reaction that your body has to fight and get back in. But the beauty of it, Kevin's saying him being one meal a day. We had this discussion while we was downtown. We had some good talks this weekend with some new people, some family members that didn't quite understand the process, but they're curious. And when we say we eat one meal a day, because we eat ribeyes almost every night of the week. And it's because that one ribeye that used to feed us one night now feeds us for 2 nights. We eat out one night and our sardines another day. And then we fast for 3 days. We can afford to eat like kings when we eat, because we only need that 1 or 2 ribeye a week, and it lasts. And it's not because we're saying, oh my gosh, we can't have this, or I'm starving to death, or we're just pushing through it. When you are truly fat adapted, unless you are anorexic, your body knows how to go find the fuel. You don't have to eat all day. The calories and the energy that you're burning, I don't even say the calories, the energy that you're burning and the fuel source is more equivalent to what is getting burned and getting ingested. So when those two aren't out of ratio so bad, your weight and everything starts to go in the right direction. But when you're consuming a whole bunch of this, but not burning any calories or burning any fuel from the fat, then your body doesn't know how and what to do with it. So it starts storing it. So that's where the difference is. What's that?
And your body becomes really efficient. I struggle most days now. And I started like 27, 28, 3,000 calories because I was a big boy. I struggle to get 1,500 calories in my body a day now.
Yep. And you will naturally do that. You will naturally go from, I think you guys have heard me tell the story. When we used to get our ribeyes cut, they were almost 2 inches and huge. They were 2-pound ribeyes.
It was ridiculous.
They looked like a roast, kind of thing. And we used to scarf them down, and we didn't count calories. We didn't start saying, oh my gosh, you can only have so many ounces of this. We let our hunger and our leptin and our ghrelin, everything start working. And that steak, we've now got them cut thinner than we used to. And now it lasts us for 2 days. So it's like you will naturally bring that down as you become fat adapted and your body learns to go find the fat and use that for a fuel. That protein source will get less and less when you're listening to your body, when you're not just being gluttony. There's times we sit down, this is just good ribeye and it's going down. But on other days when sometimes it's just going down. But most days when we're being conscious and we're thinking about it, when you really eat slow enough to stop, we will stop halfway through that same ribeye that used to feed us one meal. And it's so easy. And your body will naturally do that. You don't have to make it a rough decision, and it's not starving. It's not forcing yourself like you're walking away. We don't ever walk away from a meal or sit down to eat and feel like we walk away going, oh my gosh, that's all I got. It's always, you sit down at that big, thick, juicy ribeye and you sit down and it's like, I am happy.
Full, happy.
I am happy. I'm getting that dopamine response because it's like, dang, that's good meat. Anything straight from that, anything aside from that, it's just not fun anymore. It's just like Wayne and them, they got food poisoning off of a salad. It's like, it's a salad that you think, oh, I get this, or my old school thinking in it is a salad with, all the fruits and veggies are going to heal the world. That was my mainstay thinking in it. And when that changes to realize when we sit down now for our protein and that meat and that fat, you feel good. You feel satiated. It's like, I'm good. I do not need the salad. I do not need all the fruits and veggies that I used to eat. I don't need any of that. I'm happy. I'm satiated. It's just good.
I want to bring up another point about Kevin. He knows his body inside and out, and his body is very efficient. You can see how much just that one change of just that eating window opening up, how that affects him. His body is so much a machine that he changed one input into that machine, and that machine changed. Yep. So that's awesome that he got down. He is at that place where he can change one thing and see a result of what changed.
And when you learn how to do this properly and you learn how to track those numbers, you will know your body, because Kevin's body is going to be completely different than my body, than Lance's body, than anybody's on here. That's the beauty of this program, is learning how to monitor those numbers for your specific body. And that's the perfect part of it. We had somebody over here talking about the addictions being breaking those habits being the biggest struggle.
That'd be Lee.
One of the biggest things that we always try to say, you're looking for that dopamine response that struggle will give you, that keep reaching out and keep eating and keep snacking, that dopamine response that it gives you in the brain. You're looking for that response too many times a day. So when you're dealing with those addictions like that, I always try to get my people go back to something else. Put something in that place that gives you a dopamine response. I don't care if that means going for a walk, calling your best friend, going for a walk with your spouse, whatever. Left hand loops, journaling, all those things that will give you a dopamine response and get you through that craving moment and that addiction moment. But those are little things, break those habits. You know, if we had to quit watching TV for a whole summer because we stopped.
We counted food commercials last night, and within 20 minutes there was 15 food commercials.
Like, it's not even fun, but we stopped watching TV because if we sat down and watched TV, the first commercial that came on, one of us went and peed and the other one went to the fridge. Second commercial came on, we did the same, we rotated.
Opposite.
And it was just no. So we quit watching TV until we could break that response, that habit, that addiction of we're watching TV, we need to munch. We're watching TV, something needs to go in my face. And it's like, no, it don't. You quit. So I quit the trigger. The trigger was watching the TV, you know, so we were trying to get through. And once you break it, then you're fine and it's okay. And you realize, replace it with something you enjoy. Go read a good book, make a phone call to somebody that you truly miss because you want that dopamine to be responsive in your brain. And that's what you're trying to do.
And that just leads to another thing that you can set your mind to, and another thing. And it kind of snowballs into, hey, I can do this. You know what I mean? You take the hard away from it.
And it comes down to, I mean, you got to choose your hard. It's going to be hard either way. It's going to be hard if you go to break the habit, and it's going to be hard, but at least if you break the habit, you'll have success.
Yep.
To keep doing something that's hard and not get success, it's almost for no reason. So it's one of those, you just got to be able to keep making your choices and keep doing it, but you will break those habits. Just know what your triggers are and go in with a goal and go in with a plan. And to me, I'm a planner. I think it's just easiest. If I know what's going on and even before we go to a new restaurant, I try to bring up the menu. I try to know exactly what I'm going to order. Don't bring that yummy bread to my table. You know, all those things. When we first started out, we had to be consistent in that until we broke those habits, because that addiction, you know, anybody that's new to this, the sugar and the carbs in the brain is just as addictive as drugs and alcohol. So that's not an easy thing to break. So, any questions over there?
Nope.
Anybody on YouTube questions? Everybody good? If you have any questions, type them in. If not, any questions over here? Did we get everybody? I think we did. All right.
Yeah, I think we did. Kudos, Kevin. Just want to say good job, brother.
Yeah, good to see you, brother.
Go ahead. It's been a while.
What did you say, Rob?
One question. I heard you say LMNT. What's that?
That is
You want to grab one?
No,
Hang on.
you're closer.
Oh, hang on, let me look.
Those are electrolyte and salt packages that we use. They have Redmond's real salt in them. They're flavored.
They come in all different flavors.
They're a tool. They have some stevia in them, so be careful with that.
I can send you. I'll send you the link for them, and they come in all different flavors. But the cool part of these is we take them, we make gummy bears out of them, gummy worms for the kids. You can make milkshakes, you can make drinks, you can make. They take the place of like a Gatorade or Pedialyte or anything like that, because it's got all the minerals and everything in it. And they come in orange, citrus, watermelon,
all kinds of flavors.
All kinds of good flavors.
wow.
Now again, they have stevia in the flavors.
As you get more refined, this is a lot better than grabbing a Gatorade or something like that, especially if you're out in the sun. You know, you got to stay hydrated. This is a good tool to stay hydrated. Is it the best? No, but it's, you know, as you get your body refined, you may find that stevia gives you a glucose response or an insulin response. So you just got to be careful with it, and read your body and pay attention. That's all.
Yep. Check your numbers. But these are, first of all,
great starter step.
Great starters. And when you're not fasting, go ahead, Judy, jump in, hon. No, you're muted.
Hit your button.
The unflavored one, at least in the Relight, has no stevia. So
right.
Yes,
even the LMNT, no salt.
So they have one that's called raw, that has no flavor in it. But Dr. Boz mentioned a little insight on it. It's just Redmond salt if there's no flavor in it.
So why pay for LMNT when you just dump salt in your water?
Just so it's kind of, I was kind of bummed because I've been buying the little packets that say raw, and then it's like, well, that's just salt, and it's like they're $39.
Relight also had some minerals.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I really thought Relight had a few minerals even in the unflavored.
Relight is made by real Redmond's.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it would be Redmond.
Redmond salt.
So the minerals that are in their salt's going to be in too.
Well,
I bet.
magnesium, potassium too. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of added magnesium and potassium. I think
So-
this
Okay.
does too.
Yeah.
So, but we use them and the kids love them. So they are so much better than a Gatorade or a Pedialyte or something like that. So use them for the kids. And like I said, we just add some regular gelatin to it. Not
We used to take them on the boat
Yeah.
when we went out all
on the
day.
boat. We make, but the gummy worms and the gummy bears and stuff like that for the kids, they're great. We made the dirt pudding and then made the gummy worms, and so hey, it works out good though when you learn, you learn those little tricks, and then they feel like they're getting a treat and they're not being deprived, and it's still fun and they get to still pick it and think they're getting a fruity flavor. And these are so good and refreshing in the summer when you can put them in the ice and make them a slushy. You can, the milkshakes, all of it, they just, if you don't add the ice, or the milk or the cream or coconut cream or anything like that, they taste like a slushy. If you add cream to it, they're more like a milkshake and an ice cream. So really good. And just shake them up. But I will post that link over in the group. So we will put that over there if anybody wants to order. Yeah, question, Stina? Is that you, honey? Nope. You good?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Put stuff over in the group. If any other questions this week? Anybody we're missing? You guys good over there?
Anything
Okay.
else?
If not, we'll be over in the group this week. We're getting back to normal. We're getting settled in, trying to get to a routine. Hopefully we'll be starting the next group through. We'll start a beginner group and an intermediate and advanced and push through the next levels, but we'll be getting started here. You'll see my post coming up when we get ready, and we'll do it. And we're going to shoot for Monday next week again. Let's try to see how Mondays go. And if we need to change it, let me know. If we need to go to another date, that's fine. We'll figure something out. I'm just trying to keep weekends free for everybody. So.
Yep.
Everybody have a great week.
Great job,
Any
everybody.
questions?
Keep it up.
Have a good week. We love y'all.